Alright, hello everyone, it's Silver Kyle, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Universal Classic Monsters Complete 30-Film Collection on Blu-ray. This spans from 1931 to 1956, and this, to me, is Halloween. So I thought that this would be the perfect time to kind of do this unboxing, as I'm going to try to watch as many of these as I can throughout the month of October. I've seen all the big ones here, and I know pretty much about the majority of the movies that are included in this 30-film set. And like I said, we start off right at the beginning, Dracula from 1931 with Bela Lugosi, and we go all the way till 1956 with The Creature Walks Among Us, which I believe is the third film in the Creature of the from the Black Lagoon, which I enjoyed quite a bit for the first one there. I haven't seen any of the sequels, but yeah. We'll kind of go over everything that's included, and we'll show off all the cases individually as well. But to me, when I think of the Universal Monsters, man, this is my childhood. I feel I saw images of this when I was younger, and it literally imprinted on my mind that this is Halloween, this is October. These just really ingrained themselves into me when I was younger. And I feel like that with like anything supernatural, Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, dinosaurs, I loved back then as well. But anything that was kind of weird like that, I totally gravitated towards. So yeah, this will always have a very special place in my heart. So let's take the wrapping off so we can get a better look at everything. And this is something that I've been tempted to get the 4Ks because I know that in 4K, black and white just pops an insane amount. So that is something that I would like, but to pass up 30 films to have them all, because I want to watch all of them, not just the really big ones that I've seen multiple times before, but I want to watch everything. And I just thought, okay, I'm sure that in the Blu-ray is going to look really good. With this set here, we do have the lettering that's kind of embossed, so it kind of pops out a little bit more. Same thing over here. And then the back, we just get a little bit more information. We do get, I don't know if they include it there. They don't. I don't know if that's like 31, but we do have the 1931 Spanish version of Dracula, which I will almost say, I think that the film itself is better than Lugosi's Dracula, but Bela Lugosi, to me, is Dracula. Yes, there are other actors that did a very well job, and we'll get to that eventually when we get to the Hammer films. But the 1931, I mean, that's you set up the whole... And now Nosferatu is another good one that was previous to this, but I will still say that Bela Lugosi really, because I think that that's where I first saw Dracula, and it was all kind of... Everything was tied to what he had done in this one. But yeah, Dracula 1931, the Spanish version, definitely worth watching. It's kind of the exact same story. It's just, for some reason, flows and is a little bit better. Don't know why. I'll kind of get into that when I rewatch it again. All right, so let's take out the first one here, which will be the Dracula films. I think, I don't even know, to be honest. So we have a nice shot. All six films from the original legacy, 1931 to 1948. So I do think this is just going to be the ones that were more Dracula-centered, or vampire, potentially. So we get Dracula, Dracula's Daughter, Son of... I've seen those two. Son of Dracula, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, which is kind of like the big monster mashes. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. I don't think that's the one that I'd seen, but I had seen the other one where I think all of them are there. Oh, that might be it. I can't remember if it's Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein that I've seen, but I had seen one of them. Loved it as a kid too. Dracula, I've probably seen so many times. That's by far, out of this entire film collection, for all the Universal Monsters, by far that's the one. And yeah, so that's, okay, that's 6 films plus technically another one. There might be technically 31 movies here then, just with that extra edition. Really nice shot of Lugosi there. Even the font that they use, very iconic and very much so what you want. I don't know, I just really enjoy that. quite a bit. All right, Dracula, the most popular one, arguably. Then we've got Frankenstein. 8 films here from 1931 to 1948. Arguably the second, like arguably the most popular one. It's between these two, right? The Frankenstein monster. And we have, all right, so Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Son of Frankenstein, The Ghost of Frankenstein, Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. Oh, is that always there? House of Dracula. Why are they mentioning they're double dipping? Obviously, okay, how many Blu-rays do we have here? Dracula, Daughters, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula there too. Are they really double dipping? Okay, so we've got Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Son of Frankenstein, Ghost of Frankenstein, Frankenstein meets Wolfman, House of Frankenstein, we have that already here, and House of Dracula, which you already have here as well. That's interesting. Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. Why? I guess they did individual packets of this. Is that what happened here? Because we're getting doubles. That's cool in one way, but unnecessary. Did not know that that was what was going to happen. So now I want to try to figure out what is not a double then. This is going to be hard to try to figure out. I guess in the back I'd be able to go through all of this and figure it out. But okay. Interesting. Had no idea that that's what we were going to get. The Mummies. Okay. I don't think I've seen any mummy. I've probably seen the first one back in the day as a kid, and I don't remember hardly anything in this. So. Oh yeah, and the other thing too is Boris Karloff was obviously the monster in Frankenstein, but I think that he's the mummy in the first movie anyway. I don't know about these sequels. So we've got the mummy, the mummy's hand, the mummy's tomb, the mummy's ghost, the mummy's curse. Why? It's so weird that so many of these are Frankenstein's ghost, Dracula's ghost. Was there a Dracula's ghost? I know there was a ghost of Frankenstein. Is there a ghost of Dracula? No, there isn't. But they're already like things that are technically dead for the most part. I mean, they're all like dead and they come back to life. That's literally what Dracula is and what Frankenstein the monster is, and even the mup. Like, it's all things that come back to life, but and now they're already a ghost. I'll have to see why they're called that. It could just be the presence. Maybe the actual character that was that has died in a previous film, and then their presence is still around. The Mummy's Curse, and Abbott and Costello meet the mummy. Don't think that's the one. Whatever. I saw the Abbott and Costello where you did have Bela Lugosi, and is it Karloff that comes back as well? I know Bela Lugosi is Dracula again, but I don't remember if they brought back Karloff or was it. I don't think it was the Wolfman. Speaking of the Wolfman, he's in it, but I don't think it's Junior there. What's his name? Lon Chaney. Yeah. So the Wolfman. This one's pretty good. I don't know if they, and this goes from 1935 to 1948 again. We've got the Wolfman. Okay, they don't have, there's like I think a movie called Werewolves of London that Universal had done. I think it's something like that, or it predates the Wolfman. And I think, oh wait, they did say 1935, did they not? There it is, Werewolf of London. Yeah, okay, they did include it. It's just the order's messed up. There we go, Werewolf of London. That's pretty good. I've seen the Wolfman and Werewolf of London. Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein, Werewolf of London, She-Wolf of London. That's a really nice shot of Junior there, Lon Chaney. Yep, double dipping on everything. It's weird. I don't know why they've done this, but it's probably just because that they were all sold separately and they wanted to have the entire collection that would have whatever the Mummy is in, you get all those movies in this collection, in this single collection, right? And they probably sold these individually is my best guess. So you would have the entire collection that has something with the Mummy, so has something with Frankenstein, whatever has something to do with Dracula. It's all there. It's just that because there's so many monster mashes at the end, we start double dipping quite a bit. Good to know. The Invisible Man. Okay, so I think I've seen parts of the Mummy, and I've seen a few movies for everything else in here. I don't think I've ever seen The Invisible Man. I've seen Hollow Man. That came out, the remake that they had in what year, 2000 or something like that, late 90s, early 2000s. So this includes the Invisible Man, The Invisible Man Returns, The Invisible Woman, The Invisible Agent, The Invisible Man's Revenge, Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man. I just know it's a dude that goes invisible, and that's it. One of my favorites right here. Loved this. And I mean, this is well past when the Universal monsters were starting to kind of die off, and they created like a really cool additional creature that just, a lot of these are guilty pleasures in my opinion, but man, the first one, good stuff. So we've got, okay, just the trilogy. Creature from the Black Lagoon, Revenge of the Creature Walks Among Us. And the Creature Walks Among Us is the last one. And then it kind of starts to, after this, Hammer kind of takes over, and it does a really good job afterwards, kind of making these have like that 1930s, 1940s class. And then the 50s, with the Hammer films, you get the gore, you get the sexualness, you get, you know, they really tone up the maturity of those films after the classics, and it was perfect. That's what you do. You have a good base. I think this is just literally going to be the one movie here, Phantom of the Opera. Yeah. I've seen this, but a long time ago. I do not remember hardly anything other than the music. The music, though, perfect. Actually, 1943. I feel like I've seen the 1920s, whatever the one was in the 20s where it's a silent film, and I think is it not Lon Chaney Sr. that's in that? I could be wrong on that, but the guy was amazing. The makeup that he did, and I think it was all himself. So I have not seen this one then, 1943, because this would definitely have, yeah, the one that I'd seen was black and white, and the Phantom, oh man, so good. That's too bad that that's not included in this. I don't know if that was Universal. I thought it was, maybe not. But there's everything. Oh, and we do have, just for those that really want to kind of see this as well, 48 pages, so I'll kind of just go through a bit of this. Probably a little bit of information. Yeah, see? Okay, they talk about it at least. Yeah, the Hunchback. That would have been cool to add to this. Yeah, that was good. It looked so creepy, and the music was so iconic from the Phantom of the Opera. Kind of all the monster mashes. Yeah, okay, that has to be both of them, Lugosi and Karloff there. I think Karloff is the voice of the Grinch as well, which is the cartoon of the Grinch, which is also so iconic and perfect. Still a little bit of information about all these old movie posters too. Just great stuff. Very much looking forward to this. I'm going to try to see how many of these I can watch, and I'll definitely do an overview at the very end of everything that I see, because I do want to start talking about all the movies and TV shows that I watch each month. But if I can do some maybe short YouTube shorts for about a minute to kind of go over what I liked or disliked about these and get my just general impressions in under a minute or so, that'd be really cool too. Yeah, 1925. but that's not included, is it not? Did I miss that? This is all in chronological order, and I'm not seeing anything. They made the most in the 1940s, because you've got 40 here, and you're still in the 40s until then. So the majority of these are 40s, not 30s, or obviously 50s. It would start to die out, but that's interesting. Anyway, I think it's a great collection. So there you have it. Let me know what your favorites are from these classic monster films. And yeah, you have all been bearded in. Beardage!